If you're ready to improve your English, hold on to your seat because I've got some breaking news. Well, hello, all of my students. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Jay, and welcome to the channel where I have the opportunity to help you improve your English comprehension, vocabulary, and your English fluency. I am going to read through an article at a moderate pace and break down some key vocabulary words and phrases. Okay, so I want you to pay attention because I have 7 quiz questions for today's lesson. I'm going to try something new. It's not going to be as long, so let me know down in the comments section if you like today's length, okay? Well, I hope you're ready for some learning and some laughter. Let's dive into today's lesson. According to Fox News, Trump's Iran ceasefire shaken within hours by missile and drone attacks. Okay, so there are actually a lot of people looking on Google asking, what is a ceasefire? So a ceasefire is just simply that. You cease firing your artillery. Okay, you stop. Okay, so cease, stop. Stop firing or fighting. Okay, let's dive in. A newly announced ceasefire between the United States and Iran was quickly put under pressure after reports of missile and drone attacks surfaced just hours later. Okay, surfaced, happened, discovered. People saw it. It surfaced. The weapon surfaced, and so the mystery was solved, you could say. So once something was said to be at peace and then fighting continued, someone's not respecting the agreement. That's simply what this first sentence is saying. The agreement intended to pause fighting for 2 weeks was described as a step toward broader negotiations. Okay, broader, larger. Okay, so sometimes when we say that's a broad way of looking at things, okay, that's a huge. Okay, the opposite of broad is narrow. So it has been said there is a broad way and there is a narrow way. Okay, broad meaning a wide, narrow meaning small or slender way, okay, a tight way. So here in this particular sentence, the peace negotiations or the treaty was, or the agreement was described as a step toward broader negotiations. So this was an opportunity to try to accomplish some other things as well as what the primary issue is. Okay, now a negotiation, for those who may not know, it's when 2 or more parties are trying to come to an agreement. When you go buy a car, you negotiate the price. When you buy a home, you are negotiating terms with the seller. Okay, President Donald Trump had earlier warned Iran it could face severe consequences, even threatening utter destruction if key conditions were not met. Okay, utter, great, okay, severe, extreme, bad destruction. Okay, they suffered an utter defeat. Okay, they were beat very bad. Okay, utter destruction. Despite the ceasefire, officials reported that attacks were happening in real time, raising concerns that the agreement could begin to unravel almost immediately. Okay, when something happens in real time, it's happening just as described right now. Okay, in real time, whatever time it is at this present moment, that's in real time. Okay, so today's lesson is recorded, but if I were to go live, that would be in real time. So notice, because they did not honor the agreement, it began to unravel. Okay, unravel. Say that with me. Unravel, which is a verb. Okay, it's an action word. Something began to happen. Unravel, to fall apart or break down. So you could say the plan began to unravel. Okay, their relationship began to unravel as soon as he ran out of money. Unravel, okay? Not to be confused with untangle, okay? Unravel just means to break apart. Untangle means to take apart, okay? Unravel. Say it again one more time. Unravel. Good. Let's continue. At the same time, military actions outside the agreement added further complications. Okay, complications. Something that is a complication is a problem. Okay, further problems, issues, things that need to be resolved. Complications. Reports indicated or showed. When something is indicated, it is showed. Okay. The red light indicates that we need to stop. Indicate that large-scale strikes. A strike is when military take action. Okay. Now, strike can also be in baseball. You strike. You swing the bat at the ball. If you miss, that's a strike. When you bowl and knock down all 10 pins, that's a strike. Or I could strike you with my hand, okay, or hit you. But strike here has to do with military aggression, all right? Reports indicated that large-scale strikes in nearby regions were not covered under the ceasefire, increasing the risk of further instability. Okay, so what that simply means is someone was reading the agreement line for line, or as we would say, to a T. So they're saying we agreed on some things, but it did not cover this area, so we're still going to fight in this area. That's simply what that means, all right? Nearby regions were not covered under the ceasefire agreement, okay? And so that would be legal, all right? But notice it increased further instability, okay? So when we talk about instability, a noun, lack of stability or control, okay? The region faces political instability, okay? The young man is unstable or unstable, lacks discipline or self-control. Stable or unstable or instability, same thing, different tense, okay? Instability. If I were to do a English lesson maybe once every 21 days, you would say, Jay is pretty undisciplined. His channel has a lot of instability. Okay, he only does a lesson once a month. That's lacking discipline. Okay. Experts say the situation remains highly fragile, with both sides watching closely for any violations. Okay. The next word, violations. Violation. All right. Say that with me. Violation. Okay, a violation is a breaking of a rule or agreement. Okay, the act was a clear violation of the law. Okay, so when you break a rule or an agreement, that is a violation. Okay, let's take a quick quiz from some of the words that we have learned thus far, and then we will complete today's story. So our options are instability, negotiations, intensify, and unravel. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's look at number 1. The agreement began to blank after new problems appeared. The agreement began to blank after new problems appeared. Number 2, the country is facing political blank. Okay? The country is facing political blank. Now, make sure you use the comment section to answer. Number 3, the conflict may blank if tensions rise. Okay? And number 4, the blank took 2 weeks before an agreement. So, I tried to trick you with one of these. So, let's see if you can get these right. Instability, negotiations, intensify, or unravel. Okay? Let's complete today's story. If the conflict continues to intensify, the ceasefire could collapse, leading to renewed fighting. All right? Notice intensify. Intensify. It's a verb. To become stronger or more serious. The storm began to intensify overnight. Or you might say their relationship began to intensify as they were madly in love with one another. Intensify. Okay? All right. When something collapses, it falls. Okay? It falls apart. Notice the building has collapsed. Okay, maybe it was hit by a missile, maybe there was an earthquake, but some type of destruction happened and the building is collapsing right behind this woman. Okay, for now, the agreement appears to be under significant strain. Okay, under significant strain, showing how difficult it can be to maintain peace during active conflict. Okay, significant, important. All right, something that is essential. Notice showing how difficult it can be to maintain. Okay, maintain something, to keep something. All right, to keep something going, keep something up. Okay, you maintain a car, you maintain a relationship, you maintain your health. Okay, here they're maintaining peace. All right, during active conflict, disagreement, fights, quarrels. All right, so let's look at another quiz. But before we do, let's read through today's story at a faster pace. All right, without stopping now that I have explained key vocabulary words. A newly announced ceasefire between the United States and Iran was quickly put under pressure after reports of missile and drone attacks surfaced just hours later. The agreement intended to pause fighting for 2 weeks was described as a step toward broader negotiations. President Donald Trump had earlier warned Iran it could face severe consequences, even threatened utter destruction if key conditions were not met. Despite the ceasefire, officials reported that attacks were happening in real time, raising concerns that the agreement could begin to unravel almost immediately. At the same time, military actions outside the agreement added further complications. Reports indicated that large-scale strikes in nearby regions were not covered under the ceasefire, increasing the risk of further instability. Experts say the situation remains highly fragile, fragile meaning weak, okay, with both sides watching closely for any violations. If the conflict continues to intensify, the ceasefire could collapse, leading to renewed fighting. For now, the agreement appears to be under significant strain, showing how difficult it can be to maintain peace during active conflict. Well, all right. Okay, let's conclude today's lesson with our final quiz, okay? Complications, violation, and strain are the options. Down in the comments section, just put part 2, okay, or part B. Number 1, the situation caused, oh man, I didn't put a blank. Oh man, I didn't put a blank right there. Caused strain on both sides. The act was I messed up. So you get one question. Deborah had some kidney what? That required a doctor's visit. Well, I gave you some freebies today. I am required to make a mistake here or there, and that's all good. We're having fun, but we're learning at the same time. So I guess in actuality, I only had 5 quiz questions since I gave you 2 with the answer, okay? Make sure that you take 2 words that you learned today and apply them or use them in a sentence within the next week, okay? Just take 2. If you're intermediate or advanced, take 3 or 4. Okay, and purpose to practice using them in a conversation. Make sure you watch today's lesson twice, once with the subtitles on and once with the subtitles off. This will not only strengthen your comprehension, but it will help you to gain more confidence and strengthen your English listening skills. I think I do a pretty decent job of explaining everything. So the more you listen, the more it should help you, okay? And finally, if you have enjoyed today's lesson, make sure you share it with a friend, okay? Whatever app you choose is fine by me. Share the link, and that will help me to reach more English learners just like you. And if you really want to show your support, consider becoming a channel member. Well, with that being said, make sure that you enjoy the rest of your day and get some rest so you can join me on my next English lesson. And make sure you let me know, do you like this shorter format? Maybe I'm short about 5 to 7 minutes, okay? So 20 minutes instead of 27 or 28 minutes, okay? Let me know. I'll see you guys on my next English lesson. Bye-bye.